everybody? Today we're going to talk about the start and stance and the keys to being a great linebacker. One of the keys to being a great linebacker is beginning with your start and your stance. Alright, so right now we're going to work on the stance. You want to have your feet shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. Me, I like to have mine a little bit wider. Alright. From that point on, you want to go ahead and slide your hands down until your elbows hit your knees. Right? And some people teach to have your hands here. Me personally, I think you should always have your hands ready to go ahead and shoot. And that right there, you want to have nice V's in your knees. So let me turn it to the side. This right here is a little bit too high, but you want to have some nice V's in your knees so you can be able to go in any direction. A good rule of thumb to let you know if you're high. If you're too high, then your hands won't be able to touch this ground. But if you're low enough, you should be able to reach down here and touch the ground very comfortably, all right? But this right here is a nice solid stance for a linebacker. You can be up a little bit higher or a little bit lower depending on what you're comfortable with, but this is pretty much where you want to be at. Alright, so let's take a look at the stance. Start with sliding your hands down until your knees reaches your elbows. Alright, you want to keep V's in your knees. You want to make sure your hands are free, and to make sure that you're low enough, you want to be able to touch the ground very comfortably. Alright, the next major key to being a great linebacker, now that you have your stance, you want to work on your start. Now remember, you have these V's in your knees, but also you want to be on the balls of your feet. What I mean by that is you want to have some space underneath your heels here. You don't want to be flat-footed because the moment that you want to start off, you're going to rock back just to go forward. So we want to be ready already. All right? Be on the balls of your feet, and you want to throw your hips as you're projecting yourself forward, like so. As any type of defensive player, you always have a lot of power in the hips. So again, you want to shoot those hips as you're projecting yourself out. Remember, we want to eliminate that false step. We're not stepping back to go forward. False step. Now, what is a false step? Well, let's rewind that back so I can explain to you. Let's go. Okay, it's quite simple. A false step is basically whenever you take a step backwards prior to going forward, just like in this example. Okay, here's a perfect example of a great start without the false step. Remember, a false step is whenever you take a step backwards prior to going forward. As linebackers, we do not want a false step. Now let's get back to the drill. Remember, we want to eliminate that false step. We're not stepping back to go forward. We're going forward, downhill right now. Okay, remember, you want to be on the balls of your feet and not flat-footed. You want to keep Z's in your knees, and you do not want a false step. Okay, let's review very quickly. The image on the left, you can see that I'm flat-footed. My eyes are down. I don't have good Z's in my knees, and my hands are on my knees like I'm getting ready to twerk. But if you look at the image on the right, that's a perfect stance for a perfect linebacker. My heels are off the ground. I'm on the balls of my feet, and I'm ready to go.